Welcome back to the Anchor Down Podcast. This is Season 3, Episode 17. I'm your host, Ian Larrabee.
Co-host, Benny Galley.
Today, we've got a couple guests here. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Mallory, Seykora.
And I'm Olivia, Sallila.
And what is it exactly that you do that we have you here for?
One act.
Yes.
One act.
We are going to state.
You guys are going to state for that, which, do you want to give a quick, explanation what exactly one act is for Benny? He has no idea.
Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah. It's a competitive theater, so we pick out a theater piece that's just one act. So if it was a regular play, that'd be one act with no intermission.
Right.
And it has to be 35 minutes. And we basically do all the same things as a regular play, but sped up. And once it's ready, we take it to subsections. And then if we make it to sections, we perform at sections. And there's a bunch of rules for how much stuff you can have, and it has to be this long and that kind of thing. There's a bunch of competition rules, but it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems actually kind of fun.
And
Yeah.
I think I remember watching whatever you guys did a couple years ago, maybe, but yeah, it's different because it's competitive, right? I mean, it's not like you're just making a performance for people to enjoy. It's like you're also competing against other people's, work.
Every kind of move or act counts, I guess.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I heard too, I believe Ms. Zubich was telling me that you guys, so what, you took third at subsections, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys had a three-way tie for
Yes.
first at
Wow.
sections.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it was like the judges' decision on who they would rather have go, essentially.
Yeah, they
You guys
actually had
slip
to
them a $20 bill or something like that.
No, they actually had to call Minnesota State High School League because they'd never had that happen before.
Really?
And they told them it could just go down to the judge's preference. So I feel so grateful that they picked our show.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many wonderful productions there. I mean, they were like the best of all these school districts. And so to be chosen among them all, it's just such a big honor. I feel so grateful.
Yeah, especially because Duluth East and Cambridge Isanti, we consider them to be in another league when it comes to one-act productions. And we watched their shows, and it was like, oh my gosh, we were hoping for third.
Yeah.
If we got third
Right.
place, we would have been
Elated. Yeah.
But we
So-
tied with them.
Is it just essentially that every performance is graded, giving a rating, and then there's like a number-based rating, or how do they do that? How do you end up with a tie like that?
Yeah. So the judges can give us rankings based on a couple different things. They definitely rank the acting. I think they rank the production, kind of what it's about, how the story moves along. They rank costumes, lights, things like that. But what it really comes down to, I think, is just the quality of the show and how well it's done. And it's really tricky when you're competing with it because like any sport, you can have an on day, you can have an off day.
For sure.
You can do really good one day and then kind of perform not so well the next.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really tricky. But ultimately, we are graded on a scale, I think, of 1 to 10, 1 being the best. Is that it?
I'm not sure. You were in speech.
I was.
It's a lot like
Heck yeah.
the speech rankings where they give us a list of critiques, things for us to work on, and things we did well.
Yeah.
And there's a little scale with them. And then they'll rank us first, second, third, fourth, fifth.
Yeah.
And the way that we got
Each
into
judge
that
gets their own
three-way tie
preference.
is we had 3 judges, and 1 judge ranked us first, 1 second, 1 third, and that happened with all 3
All
plays.
of them.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I definitely think that, though, and I think that might be, about the on days, off days. I mean, something like that where you have several people that are, very detrimental to
You gotta
the
have
entire
everyone
performance.
in sync there.
Yeah. And, just the fact of being, from subsections taking third to first at sections. But one thing that is interesting, I think, from being in speech is with the judges is obviously judges are just humans. And so sometimes they have a bias.
Definitely.
If they like you or they like your topic a little bit more. I remember for sure I had a few times where the topic that I was giving was something kind of controversial, and I had a couple where you could tell the judge was very much so on my side, and I think gave me a better rating. But also I remember a time or two where the critiques they gave me were ooh, that seems just a little negative. That seems like you're maybe a little frustrated with what I had to say.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm sure with that, I mean, they might like what you guys are doing more. They might appreciate it, or the, performance itself, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it's really tough because, like with theater, plays, some person might see it and they might fall in love with the story, and another person might be like, ew, what was that?
Mhm.
So
Right.
it's really tricky. But I think that our story was a little more unique this year
Yeah.
compared to some of the other shows. This girl laughs, this girl cries, this girl does nothing. It's a pretty heartwarming piece, I'd
Mhm.
say. I really like it.
That would be my next question is like, how do you like pick your piece?
Yeah,
Because there's gonna be so many different options
Right.
out there.
There's
Yeah.
got to be a lot of one-act plays,
For
I'd
sure.
assume.
There is. Our director picks our piece, but
Yeah.
I remember last year she had like 3 picked out, but it really depends on what you have for casting,
Right.
and how people audition. What do you think you'll be able to do with it? Like, do you have any ideas for the show?
Yeah.
You don't just go, oh, I like that title, I like
There you
it.
go.
Right,
Yeah.
Read through the script and
Mhm.
see if she likes it, and then we audition with pieces from the script, and she casts us based off of it.
Okay.
Right.
and
Yeah.
this year we had a pretty small cast. We only had 5 actors.
That's
so,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in one act,
Dang.
you can only have up to 20 people all together, I think, including lights, cast, crew. And so it was really tricky sometimes to be with just 5 people, but at the
Mhm.
same time, it was really rewarding because we all had to
Right, yeah,
learn
it's
to
a small
trust
group.
each other
That's
and
way
rely
smaller
on
than
each
I
other.
thought. I was thinking
Yeah.
like 15 people or something like
No.
that. 5 is crazy.
Yeah,
Work.
just 5 actors, and then we
And
had
then-
one understudy,
Yeah.
just in case, and then we had,
Quite a few tech.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't do the math in my 8 tech.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so.
Get more people behind the scenes than
Yeah.
actually on it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean that's really cool. Like that is, just another thing to be able to say that we have going on
State,
and
especially,
state. I mean,
yeah.
state for everything is just such a cool. It's such a cool like
Right.
reward to know that hey,
And
you
it's
put
not
in-
easy to get to either.
No,
like
like,
no sport. It's
nothing-
It's
no-
a great challenge to get to.
Yeah, but just the idea, you have that you put in all this work throughout a season, and then all of a sudden you get to go down there and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was gonna ask last thing here would be like, so you guys leave tomorrow? Is that correct?
Yes.
Tomorrow. Where is it? Some school down in the cities?
It's at St. Catherine's, which is an all-girls college.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Okay.
The,
St. Kate's.
the theater is O'Shaughnessy, I
Yeah.
believe,
Mhm.
which is a decker theater, which is pretty
Big,
cool.
nice theater.
Mhm.
That's cool.
So that'll be cool. And another thing about going to state, we haven't gone for one act since 2002,
Yeah.
so it's been
Oh.
23 years.
It's a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So I assume, what you guys go down tomorrow? Do you perform tomorrow, or when is your
Nope,
Friday?
Friday.
And then do you get to watch everyone else's as well? I
Yeah.
assume. I'm sure that's gonna be cool. I mean,
Yeah.
because whether, like, in all reality, I mean, going to state, whether you're right at the bottom of like just making it or you're at the top, I think just
Right.
watching everybody in between, because everyone's
Yeah.
there for a reason,
Right.
is definitely interesting.
Mhm. And there's some plays there that we actually saw at sections.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be cool to see other
Oh, like a
people's
different-
interpretations,
Yeah.
because obviously every director has a different vision.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is a neat one. Remember that with what was your in speech the reading where you take like a story, like a classic story, and you have to put your own kind of spin on it
Mhm.
to get the same message across.
Story time.
And it honestly, I think it makes it better because it's like the story, but maybe we add a little bit more to it.
Right.
Maybe we take away, like maybe we emphasize on this point instead of this, and I don't know, it kind of makes it more enjoyable
Yeah.
than like
Yeah.
listening to the same boring thing over.
So when you guys do travel down there, do you get like a warm up show, or do you just
No.
like jump right into
We
it?
just jump
Jump
right
right
in.
reverse down there, that's
Mhm.
gotta be interesting.
Mhm.
So you guys all go down just like a Suburban, I assume. Like there's 5 of you. Or
No,
you
I
take
think
the
we're
whole
taking
bus?
We need a
bus.
bus.
Oh, there's
because
more, I
we'd-
guess. There's
we'd-
there's all the other people.
And we're taking all of our set pieces
gear.
and things.
Right.
We need
So I
a
was-
trailer.
And to say that with your gear, like, do you have like things that are on the stage?
Yeah.
Like other like big pieces of
Yeah.
equipment or
So,
whatever. Like
For the
props?
competition, everything, like the set, the props, everything needs to fit into a 10 by 10
10.
square set up on the
What the
stage.
heck?
And it's really strict.
Hey.
You can't touch anything until the judges say go, and then if you touch anything after, you have 10 minutes to set up. If you touch anything after, you're disqualified. So
Dang.
you have to be
That's
really
That's crazy.
yeah, you have to be really on point with it, but
Mhm.
we've done pretty good so far.
Yeah, we haven't gotten disqualified
Yeah.
yet.
Right. Hey, that is legit. Yeah, I mean, again, just going to state is such a good accomplishment. I mean, to be proud of that and happy of it,
Thank
and
you.
definitely enjoy the time down there. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
half the time the experience of it all, the drive down there, the hanging
Yeah.
out with these people that you've been in season with all, for however
Mhm.
many months, and coaches, whoever it might be, those other people that just like enjoy the time.
For
Definitely
sure.
don't sit there
Yeah.
and dwell on like stressing
Yeah.
about it. Like
Yeah.
stress a little bit, but like you want to enjoy yourself.
Last question I have: you guys think you're capable of winning it all?
Well, in
Oh.
state, we don't really win or lose, so it's more of a festival considered. It's about 8 of the best plays around the state
Okay.
performed all together, and the judges can give you a star ranking. So
Mhm,
for
for
Oh.
excellency.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no like placement.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that was really interesting.
Well, then you
Yeah.
can just tell everyone you won then.
Yeah, for sure. We
Exactly,
could
just
tell everyone
tell
we got
everyone.
first. And
Yeah.
we'll
No
know.
one would
No,
know.
no, come back.
They go
home
look it up and they're like,
Yeah.
there's no
There are-
ranking. Well, I told
Yeah.
you we got first. So
Mhm.
Yeah, that is, like I said, really cool. Good luck to you guys. Hopefully everything goes well. You have a good time. And then there
Thanks.
is that send off tomorrow, right, in the
Yes.
afternoon, I believe.
Yeah, 152.
Yep, be
150.
there, be square.
Yeah. So, and that's
Yeah.
in the auditorium. You guys have a send off. Band will play, I think, school song, and then yeah, go down there, have a good time. Trying to move in here to some sports and other stuff going on though right now, just because other seasons are also wrapping up. Girls hockey had their last game of the season last night.
Right.
They lost to Rock Ridge in the first playoff game. I heard it was a decent game. I mean, they lost like 4-0 or something.
yeah, it was 4-0. I didn't go to it, but I heard about it.
Right.
Yeah, they tied them in regular season.
Yeah.
They lost to them twice in overtime, or once in overtime, I should say, but
Yeah.
then lost again. So yeah.
Like they say, man, when it comes to sections, it's 0-0. Everything is
Yeah.
fresh. You have no idea what's going to happen. But then on top of that, there was this skiing yesterday. Skiing had sections
Yeah, I
too
heard they did.
yesterday.
Yep.
I was talking with Mr. Please about that last night at the wrestling meet. He said he was there. He said nobody made it to state, but there was a few people who were close. I
That
think he
sounds good.
said Sylvie was like 1 or 2 places away from making it.
Right.
There was some of the boys. I think one of them got disqualified for something. Another one, but you get DQ'd for like random stuff.
The silly
like if
stuff,
you don't
yeah,
like
right.
hit the pole or something.
Right.
I
right.
don't know. how
You don't have.
I don't know. how
You don't have like
works,
your
dude.
pole loop around your
Yeah,
wrist.
dude.
You're done.
I did hear actually they had a kid from some team. I don't know who it was. Got DQ'd because he swore
Oh.
in his race.
That happened at swimming sections, girls sections.
Really?
Like someone had said that they're like, a kid had swore.
So-
a coach heard it, and a coach told the judges like he can't do that. Like,
So that's who enforces that is like the judge.
whoever the officiating
I guess,
person
yeah.
is.
That's kind of like cheesy though. Like if you didn't hear it,
I mean, it kind of is, but
no.
yeah, I feel like if getting in football, you get a lot of those warnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. I guess you can get
Yeah.
DQ'd for whatever it might be, but I think technically, yeah, definitely in Minnesota's policies
Oh, yeah.
for sports
Anything.
and events, you can't be using profane language or inappropriate stuff,
No.
whatever. Yeah, so those two, that's the first, you guys, the first 3 seasons of the winter to be wrapping everything up here.
Right.
Boys hockey, you guys had played Superior this
Yeah.
past weekend.
Monday.
Yeah,
Last
how'd that
Monday.
go?
We won 7-0, so it was a really good game. It
Nice.
was really good like bounce back game. We've been struggling lately.
Yeah.
But we've also had like tough opponents too. So yeah.
You definitely have.
The Superiors played a couple good teams pretty close, so it was kind of like a good one to get the monkey off the back and get that win. So that was
Right.
really good. Detroit Lakes this Saturday, so I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not really sure how they are, but I mean, if we could rack another win, that would be really good.
For
And
sure,
then,
especially going into that following game.
yeah, Tuesday at Cloquet, they have the #1 seed or rank in the whole state of Single A, so
Above Hermantown?
Yeah.
They beat Hermantown?
they did 2-1 a couple weeks ago.
Wowza.
So yeah.
Big game then for
Yeah,
you
it's
guys.
a big game. I mean, You could say it could be for section seating, but I really don't think it's going to matter. But
Yeah, because you already lost them and they
Yeah.
beat Hermantown.
Yep.
But still, to have that confidence to go in there and win. that
Yeah,
game
it's
would
still going to
big
be a big
thing.
game. I mean, you still got to beat them to go to state, so
Right,
might
and
as well beat
then
them now.
after you guys play them, what you have like one more game?
Yeah,
And
that'll
the
be
end of the regular
that
season?
Friday, Valentine's Day against Chisago Lakes, and that
Chisago
is a
Lakes,
home
that's what it
game.
is.
Senior night,
Oh, nice.
so I think we have like 5 or 6 seniors.
Yeah.
So we get to kind of represent them, give them their night, and yeah.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of that, we just had our last home wrestling meet of the year last night on Tuesday, and that was our senior night. It was a try. We had Rock Ridge and Pine City. It's kind of weird and tough because we lost to Pine City, like kind of straight up. We just lost to them. But then Rock Ridge, we didn't wrestle a whole lot of kids against them because for wrestling you have like a match count, so you can only have a certain number of matches going into sections. So like 45 matches, you can't have more than 45 matches, otherwise you just can't wrestle sections.
Right.
And there's several of us that are really close to that mark, and we still have 2 meets this week, and so we're trying not to go over and have anyone get messed up with sections.
Yeah.
So we gave up a bunch of forfeits.
Yeah,
for
that'd
matches.
be terrible. I mean, you're not really paying attention to that. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you look, I'm
It-
at 47. I'm not going to wrestle in playoffs.
Yep. Yeah. Come the end of the season, it's something everyone is worried about.
Right.
Some teams will throughout the season will just pull kids or sit kids from events.
Yeah.
But for us, we hit this season hard. We had a lot of meets, man.
Yeah.
And now we have a try or is it a quad maybe, on Thursday in Deer River. And then Friday we go down to a tournament in Mount West Tonka. And that's the end of our regular season, so we're good after that. But that's, it'll be like 7 matches in 2 days.
Right.
So
That's a lot.
7, 8 matches, I mean, depending on how you do. So yeah, we did beat Rockridge earlier this year though, so it was
Awesome.
nice at least to get that win. I think beating Rockridge in anything is
Oh, yeah.
is kind of nice to
Love it.
have. But yeah, so we're just like everyone else, pretty much getting to the end of our season, other than swimming, because swimming has like 5 weeks left in their season.
Right.
so-
They also start really late.
yeah. Yeah, so we have just those couple meets this week, and then we'll have team sections the following weekend, individuals the following weekend after that.
Right.
But yeah, we're pretty excited to get through with the rest of this, and hopefully have a few kids at sections do something pretty well.
Yeah.
There's a few kids that definitely have some chances.
Head down to the X for state.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, if I make it, when I make it.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's such a good time.
Right.
And then the girls, they have sections this weekend, actually. So the girls wrestling at
Okay.
sections this weekend.
Where's their state? Is it still at XL?
I don't believe so. I don't know where. Actually, wait, yeah, it is. They wrestle the same weekend as us for state.
Okay. So they just have to wait longer?
They just have to wait longer. They do their sections a little bit earlier, but then they have usually like a couple mats dedicated to girls.
Right.
And then when it comes to the finals, they lay out 4 mats
Yep.
just straight across, single, double, triple, and girls.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's pretty cool for them.
Right.
For the girls getting the same experience.
Any top shooters that can make it?
On our team, I have no idea. I could not even tell you
Okay.
a lick. Like, honestly, the thing is that the girls see other girls, like, occasionally at meets with us, but then they also go to a bunch of their own meets or
Okay.
tournaments where it's just girls.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you who any of them have for their section. Like, I honestly do not know how they've done against. I mean, I've seen them wrestle, like, 5 different teams maybe.
Right.
Most of them aren't even in our section anyways, so
Yeah.
it's hard to say. But yeah, like if anyone, it would be like Michaela Lebarge or like Katie Pierce are kind of doing the best. There's one girl, Ava Powers, she got hurt, she got some shoulder problems. I know she got
Okay.
something going on. I think she's gonna be back, but it's tough coming off of
Right.
an injury coming back into it. Yeah, boys basketball. You know anything about boys basketball, Ben?
Oh, they're doing a lot better than they were last year. That's all I know.
Have you guys watched any of the
They
basketball?
lost
I
last
have.
night, 68 to 60.
Well,
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
that's
That's
pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah.
that's
They
all right.
beat.
They're 12 and 7.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
beat.
12 and 7.
No, they're like 13 and 9. I think. Or
No.
wait, no, on there 12 and
12 and
7. Yeah, they beat that other team that they played with. They played like Rockford. They
Okay.
beat Rockford, lost to Superior, and they play Piers tomorrow. and then Duluth Marshall on Monday.
Okay.
But yeah, have you guys been to their games at all?
I've been to a couple.
Yeah, they're. I don't know if you watched any games like last year or the year before that, but
Yeah.
it's different.
They've definitely taken some strides.
Yeah.
7 games left.
Yeah,
so
so
they
they've
still
got
have a good amount of games.
Yeah, a little
left.
bit of season left there. I definitely think they're a team that's looking at having good section playoffs.
Yeah,
All of
definitely.
that. Heck, probably maybe even home games right away.
Yeah,
that'd
that'd be cool. A home basketball game. When's the last time we had one?
It's been a few years.
I thought.
Yeah, 3. Should have been Ada McDonald's senior year, I think.
Yeah.
It was that year where they made to the section finals, I think. That year. That's tough. I remember watching that. I don't know what we were doing, but I remember watching that game live.
That was a close game.
Super close
Right.
game.
Like
dude.
within like a shot. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like right there at it. Yeah, so they're just kind of keep rolling through that. Good luck to them. These next few games, you don't keep picking up those wins for section time.
Yeah.
And then you got girls basketball. They have a few games left. They're kind of busy here. This Friday they're at Superior. Saturday they're at home but against North Branch, and then next Tuesday they're at Hermantown. They just picked up another win last week against Denfeld.
Good.
Yeah. So the girls obviously have you guys watched any of the girls games?
Seen a few.
Girls
Struggling.
games have been difficult this year, but hey, they picked up another win there.
Yeah.
That's something to have, and then they have, I don't know if they quite have 7, but they've got a few more games left for sure
Okay.
till the end of their season. And then lastly, definitely is boys swimming. As we talked about boys swimming, they've got to meet this Saturday, the 8th. It's at home. It's an invite. I don't know how big it is. I think decent sized one, but then they don't have another meet for like 10 days. They don't have another
Dang.
after that for like.
You're right. We were
6
looking at the
days.
schedule. It's
yeah,
like weird. They have
They-
a lot of breaks, and they almost like swim against the same teams.
yeah. Mallory, you're in swimming, diving. What do you do? Swim or dive?
Dive.
Diving. What's like swimming's like it's just a different sport for some reason. Like I don't know. The schedule always seems strange with it. It's
We've
like
got,
it starts late. It is long. You know.
I don't know much about boys swimming, but girls swimming starts early and it ends late. We start at
Yeah.
the beginning of August and we end in the middle of November.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And I couldn't tell you much about swimming because I just do diving.
You just yeah.
I was in swimming for a few years, but now
Diving's
it's just
better.
diving. Diving's better.
I would definitely
Dive.
prefer diving
Right.
over swimming.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. It's just different. Swimming and diving, like for whatever reason, I don't know. The season just seems like kind of spread out, but
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, yours is kind of long. The boys do start a little bit late, but I think they start late because you guys are swimming late as well or diving.
Yeah,
You know?
it could be.
You guys are in the pool taking them up and they can't start.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I haven't been to any meet or anything like that. Have you seen anything for them this year?
No, I haven't.
No, I maybe I'll go to something sometime here coming up. I don't have a tournament this Saturday. Maybe I'll go to
Yeah.
that. Maybe I'll go ice fishing instead.
Yeah, I'll be in Detroit Lake, so
Yeah, have fun over there. It's
we'll
cold.
try. Yeah,
Getting towards North Dakota.
it's a big
there.
lake though. You could go ice fishing out there.
Heck yeah.
Right on Detroit Lake.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything. What?
The speech team has their home meet this weekend.
Oh yeah, the
Hibbing Heartbreaker.
The Hibbing
Uh-huh.
Heartbreaker. Is that Saturday or Friday?
Saturday. Yeah.
Which that is technically open. Like if you want to come watch
Yeah.
something, you can just come on and find
I've
a
heard
room to
some
sit in or
interesting
something.
stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just walk in.
Yeah.
What time?
I think we start at 9.
Okay.
I think.
There you go.
I'm not in speech. I don't know.
That's a strange one. Speech, like it's weird because yeah, you can just like go watch it, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like kind of depending on what room you're in, it can be a little interesting. Like I remember that one. I was in like a copy room, and it's like this big, and I'm
Mhm.
sitting like face to face with the judge, and I'm like, wow, so it's cramped in here. I'm like, I don't really like this. But then there's
Yeah.
some of them where you're in like a classroom, like a full size room, and you have a
Mhm.
lot of space.
Sometimes you're in a choir room or a band
Really?
room.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
man.
They just use up the space. But yeah, that's kind of everything we have going on. You guys
Yeah.
have sports really starting to wrap up now. We're getting into the end of the winter time.
Super Bowl
here.
on Sunday.
Is it this Sunday?
It is.
Wowza. I have not paid attention.
I
because
really don't care who
am
wins
so
it.
angry. I'm going to bet money on it just because it's a Super Bowl and I feel like it'd be
Alright.
fun.
For
But
Kansas?
I might have to. I really don't want to, but I might have to. I'm so frustrated with it. I don't want to watch the NFL anymore.
Yeah, it's scripts and politics and very little bit of sporting.
I saw a guy who was at like a press conference. You know, they do all those press conferences, meetings, whatnot, with all the guys leading up to the Super Bowl. And he asked Patrick Mahomes, he's like, you know, you've had a lot of great teammates that have helped you win over the past few years. He's like, what ref is your favorite?
What'd he say?
And he just kind of looked at him and he just chuckled and he was like, oh yeah, you know, like refs obviously do a great job out there and you know, we appreciate it. And the guy asked again, he's like, is there like a certain ref or a couple of them that you send Christmas cards to every year? Or and he got a little frustrated with that one. But yeah, so that'll be interesting. You have the Minnesota Wild. They're doing all right still. I think.
Yeah, I think overall they're doing all right. They've been in a slump past couple of games.
They're still in third overall Western.
Yeah.
And then you got the T-Wolves, kind of sad. They're pack, not doing a whole lot.
Gopher basketball won last night.
Did they?
Yeah.
Who'd they play?
I'm not even sure.
That'll happen.
I think it was Oregon.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of that, a Gopher team that's doing really well this year is the wrestling team.
Okay.
Gopher wrestling team whoops. They got like every single kid on their roster, every weight's ranked in the country.
Wow.
Like most of them top. They're doing really well. But yeah, other than that, we kind of got long here today. But you know, good luck to all the sports right now. You know, getting through these last few games or events of the year. Push through, get ready for sections.
All right.
Good luck to you guys.
Yeah, good
this,
luck.
This
Thank
weekend, again, just have a lot of fun. Have a good time down there. And then, speech. How long? A few weeks left in that, maybe?
It's kind of just started, actually.
Oh, really?
So
It does start in a weird time, doesn't it?
Mhm.
But yeah, so again, good luck to everyone. Hopefully having fun here. It's starting to get brighter outside. Get some sunlight in your life and enjoy some of the warm weather before it gets cold again, comes in ups and downs. Other than that, anything else you guys have to say or add?
Nope, don't
I'm
think so.
good.
No, me too. Alrighty, well, we will see you next time on the Anchor Down.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. Hibbing Public Access TV may be viewed on these platforms: hpat.org with video on demand, Mediacom Hibbing, 802, 805, and 807. On Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Download the Hibbing Public Access TV app for your iPhone and Android devices. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo. For more information, scan the QR code and go to hpat.org.